George for Friday Night Varsity Flashback. We are out here in Rocky Point. Conference games continuing this week in Week 10. We'll have highlights later in the show from this game, Wallace-Rose Hill at Trask, as well as North Brunswick at South Brunswick. But first, let's get started with a Mid-Eastern matchup, New Hanover at Laney. The records didn't matter as Coach Greg Dietz had the Bucks fired up for a conference clash with New Hanover. They played tight throughout and took the game into the third quarter down just 9-6. The Bucks were trying to spread the field with passes from Tevin Clay and Mike Sheehan. But late in the third quarter, Nick Esquire hit a 40-yard field goal to give the Wildcats some breathing room, and later in the fourth, Everett Israel pounded in a 2-yard score and New Hanover held on for a 19-12 win. The Wildcats improved to 7-2 overall and 3-0 in the Mid-Eastern. That keeps them tied for the conference lead with Hoggard. Now to Rocky Point, where it was homecoming for Trask, but Joey Price and company were there to spoil the celebration. After building a 21-7 lead before halftime, Wallace-Rose Hill tried everything in its power to give the game away. The Bulldogs fumbled on a punt at the end of the first half and then fumbled on each of their first 2 drives in the second half. Luckily for Wallace-Rose Hill, the Titans were unable to capitalize with any points. The Bulldogs would get things back under control and go back to their potent ground attack. The dagger came midway through the third quarter when Devontae Herring busted loose on this 86-yard touchdown trot.
Number 8 on the carry for the Bulldogs, and he's still playing.
The Bulldogs finished with 507 yards of offense and went on to win the game 42-7. Improving to 7-2 overall and 5-0 in the Tri-County Conference. Finally, South Brunswick emerged from the smoke, but quickly fell behind rival North Brunswick 7-0 at home. Kenny White was there for the Cougars to even the score with this 20-yard run off the left tackle. And as the teams jockeyed for control of what would be a back-and-forth first half, North Brunswick began going to the air. A.J. Perkins hit Demir Robinson, who got behind everyone in the secondary for a big gain. Then they got deeper into South Brunswick territory with this pass to Bud Lennon that led to a 38-yard field goal by Eric Spafford and a 10-7 Scorpions lead. But back came South Brunswick on this 63-yard run by Quan Ray that gave the Cougars a 14-10 lead. The North Brunswick coaching staff had a conversation with the defense who got the message. The Scorpions stiffened up their defense from that point on. Their offense was able to tack on 2 more touchdowns, and the Scorpions improved to 5-5 with a 24-14 victory. It was the Scorps' 3rd consecutive walk-em-all win after dropping the first 2 conference games. Now let's check out all the scores from around the area. Ashley topped Newbern 24-14. Hoggard came back to beat Rose 16-13. New Hanover beat Laney 19-12. East Bladen improved to 9-0 with a 27-14 win at South Columbus. North Brunswick beat South Brunswick 24-14. Whiteville topped West Bladen 30-0. James Keenan beat Midway 26-20. Pender rebounded from its first loss of the year, beating Union 63-29. Wallace-Rose Hill beat Trask 42-7. Croatan topped Topsail 49-21. East Duplin remained undefeated with a 33-7 win at Swansboro. Harold's Christian shut out Fayetteville Christian 54-0. East Columbus topped St. Paul's 50-21. South Robinson at West Columbus was late, and Dixon beat Lejeune 34-12. Well, that's it for us this week, folks. Be sure to check back on Wednesday as we preview all of the Week 11 games. But for this week, I'm Rachel George for Friday Night Varsity Flashback on StarNewsOnline.com.